Welcome to the Bird Gang Nation Sports Media Show, repping the greatest team of all time. Let's go! Bird Gang 31, he be the host with the most. We going deep, burning teams. They ain't nothing but toast. It's in your Estes. Sirianni put me in coach, running like Miles Sanders till I bumped my head on the post. Touchdown! Yeah, that's coming. Devontae's crazy route running. Jalen hurting them, throwing lasers to break a young gunning. Come on! On the D side, we ride, stack them with Fletcher, lay them out on the stretcher. No one can protect you. Watch Darius lay them, shutting down your routes. Come on! In my green John, eating Philly cheesesteaks. Put up your cups, wings up, if you can relate. Tailgating at the link, like and subscribe to the Bird Gang Nation, that's worldwide. On Sundays, catch the pre and post game. Mondays is Birds on Broad Street with Philly Notion and Cool Cat the Man in Motion. And Wednesdays, the midweek special got you open with JC from Eagles Talk, hitting like B-Dog, baby.
What is up? What is up? It is Bird Gang 31 in the building today for my third late night with Bird Gang. How is everybody doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? It's been a great week so far. Well, besides the Eagles losing, it's been a great week. But how's everybody doing tonight? You know, I'm just here to talk with you guys. Let's talk some birds. Also, make sure as you're coming in, you go ahead and hit that like. There's a lot to get this out to other people. If you have not subscribed to BGN Sports Media, please do so. All links are inside the description. Also, we got a very special sale going on in the merch shop on December 2nd. If you use promo code HOLIDAY15, you get 15% off all merchandise inside the network and my own personal merch shop. So go ahead and help it out for the holiday season. Go get you something good. Yeah, let's get to it, man. The Eagles, you know, we took a loss in New York. You know, there's a lot of fans, you know, down about the loss. You know, I am one of them. You know, fans down on Jalen Hurts, you know, and making this decision. Should he have thrown to Smith? Should he have not thrown to Rager? All that type of things. I'm going to come out and say it like this. Without Hurts, man, our season would be looking a lot worse than it is right now. We wouldn't have as many wins. You know, he willed our team to a couple of those wins there as well. So, you know, you got to take the good and the bad. Hurts is growing. And, you know, he's not perfect yet. You know, he's not that polished pocket quarterback yet. You know, he still is 15 games in. So we got to give this guy some time. You know what I'm saying? That's all we have to do is give him some time. We're not out of the playoff race yet. You know, it does suck that Washington jumped into the seventh spot. But, you know, we still got time. So I'm confident that the Eagles will turn it around this week against the Jets. You know, I had a Jets content creator. If you have not watched it, we had Jets X Factor in the building today earlier on the live. It was a kind of early live. So, you know, most people are probably at work or school, wherever you're at. Go ahead and check that out whenever you guys get a chance. So, some key things going on. I heard Sirianni say Brooks should be back after the bye week, so that should be good for our offense. Jack Driscoll is out for the season. He's done. So no more Jack Driscoll. We should be seeing Nate Herbert there. Nate's, my opinion, is a pretty serviceable guard. You know, he does his thing when he's at guard. Just keep him away from that center spot, you know. I think we're going to be all right on that line. If I'm not mistaken, I think Howard's going to be back too. So, you know, we can get that run game going back to normal. So, yeah, guys, let's see who's all in here. We got Grant Kassir in here. What's up, my guy? Yeah, late night with Bird Gang, no work in the morning. That's what's up, BG. I do got work in the morning, but not till 10. What up, Vic 3? How you doing, my guy? Bird Gang needs that hat shown in the intro. The hat custom and Diary Eagles fan, right? She said late night talks about open fellow one. We might open them up tonight. What up, Big Play Slay? How you doing today? A nice sweater, man. How's your day, man? What do you do? Hey, man, it's been good, man. They got a lot of Jets content creators for the week. We're just lining up shows for all week long. You know, it's gonna be a busy week. We're gonna definitely be having talking a lot of Eagles Jets this week, so make sure everybody stays tuned to that. He said, "What's up, Big Play Say, Vic? It's giving love. The remainder schedule, yeah, the remainder schedule. So how I see it is, we beat the Jets, go on our bye break, get everybody healthy coming back. Hopefully, Brandon Brooks will be back by then. Um, we'll go beat that Washington football team to reclaim that seventh seed in the playoffs. Get our revenge against the Giants. Go back and sweep the Washington football team. Hopefully, if everything goes right, and it'll be up in the air. See, that last Dallas game is looking like it actually might mean something. Especially if Dallas could lose to the Saints this week, and I know they have a couple more harder teams on their schedule. He said, "Take it on for the draft." No, we're not tanking, man. No tanking, no quit here, guys. We are definitely gonna fight it out. The list I gave you, yeah, they definitely helped, Grant. I definitely talked to a bunch of those guys. So there, like I said, I got them lined up this week. You guys definitely will be seeing more thumbnails pop up tomorrow about the shows. So, let's see, man. So yeah, some things about the game. Nick Sirianni did not like Nick Sirianni the way he called the first half of that football game. He kind of went back to his old ways where got a little pass happy in certain situations. I know the stats mislead you by saying that, oh, we were even in the pass game or whatnot, but a pass to run ratio. But, a lot of that run came late in his second half of that football game. And I think he should have, especially after Jalen had his first interception, you know what I'm saying, which also was a PI if anybody watched that. We all know that was a PI. Quez Watkins got raped on that play. But after he hit that second interception, I think he should have started running the ball more. We need to get some more plays, developed in this offense. It seemed like we're running the same old plays, man. The same old plays as normal. Like we need to do better. That's all I'm gonna say is we definitely need to do better. I can't keep seeing the same shotgun or under center and then back to shotgun to under center. There are so many plays to run. There's thousands of run plays. There's thousands of formations. There's thousands of pass plays to do. And I feel like he's only scratched the first 2 or 3 play pages in his playbook so far this season. Like I want to see more variety from this offense. I want to see different formations. Throw one of them fullbacks one of them tight ends in the backfield. Let them lead block sometime. You know, we definitely need to open it up more. Better pass plays. We don't run very many slants. You know what I'm saying? We don't run no deep posts. There's a lot of plays left in that playbook. Even in terms of screen, we heard Miles Sanders and the rest of these guys talking about all the screen plays we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, how why do we only get the same receiver screen over and over, the bubble screen over and over again? I want to see some tight end screens and more running back screens for sure. Let's use these linemen, their athleticism, and their size to create big plays for this offense. I'm still waiting for this offense to develop to the next level. And a lot of people might say, oh, maybe he keeps it simple for Jalen Hurts. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. I believe that you know, he is just set on passing the ball, and it's getting hard for him to incorporate the run game with the pass game. I think he came into the season fully, committed to passing the ball, and showing the world his passing offense. But he learned 6 games in that you got to run the ball to set that up. And I think he's having a little bit of problems, balancing that out together. But we should see. We got 5 games left to make a push to change the narrative for this team. You know what I'm saying? We need to be better. Our offensive line is going to be getting healthier with Brandon Brooks after the break, and we just need to go from there and win some football games. So having Brandon in the lane and then, Landon and Mailata together, that's going to be a very formidable line. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect timing too, especially if we can squeak out this win against the Jets. It'd be perfect timing to play the rest of these division games and really put some things up there. Put some points on the board on offense. Defense wise, I think we did a great job, man. A great job holding them to 13 points. I feel like they should have even held them even more. It'd been good to keep that last field goal off the board. But hey, it is what it is. Any game that you go into, where the team only scores 13 points, 9 times out of 10, that's a win. Our offenses decide that let us down. So, defense, I give you guys a B plus. You get an A if we won, but we did not win. So you're only getting a B plus from me. Offense, like I said, you guys get a D minus, man. Like 1 touchdown, 4 turnovers. That is unacceptable, guys. Unacceptable. I still want waiting to see Miles Sanders. I know he got hurt late in that game, but he needs some more carries. We need to get him active. You know what I'm saying? We need to figure out what we got in Miles Sanders, or he's going to be another one of these players that we're going to have to let go soon. Not re-sign. How do you guys feel about Jalen Rager? I feel like Jalen Rager needs to get demoted to third receiver. We can't cut him. Obviously, can't trade him, but he definitely needs to take a demotion so he can, maybe have a better shot at like the second and third corners out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the starting rotation is not his business. He's not showing us nothing. To be a number 1 draft pick in your second year and to only have 26, receptions for 200 and some yards, that's ridiculous. And 2 touchdowns, that's ridiculous. Not good enough, and it definitely isn't, what we expect for a starting receiver on our football team. So I think we need to let Quez slide into that second receiver role and move from there. You know what I'm saying? See how Quez do, with a promotion and see if we can get him the ball a little bit more in this offense. So let's see. What up, Bird Game, for a question for you. How are you balance your family, job, and still time for us YouTube fans with all the great Eagles content? Man, it's just a grind. You know what I'm saying? When I started this, I knew it was going to be a grind, and I love the Eagles. I love talking about the Eagles. I love you guys interacting with you guys about our team. And, the season's still here, as long as the season's in, and even in the off season, I'm probably going to be doing it. Once I started this, I knew it was going to be a grind. I heard from a lot of people telling me it's going to take up a lot of your time. So it gets hard sometimes, but, I'm going to balance it out and do what I got to do. So, yeah, man, thanks for the compliment on the great content. I'm going to keep trying to bring it to you even more and more. I'm also working on the studio, so that's one of the reasons I'm like, if you guys want to support in another way, you can go ahead and either become a channel member. We got like 4 or 5 of those. Looking to get that number increased so we can get some more income in here for the show. Everything I get, I put 100% into the show and equipment and things like that to make this a better experience for you guys. I want it to be more professional as time goes on, but you guys got to remember I am 5 months in. I'm still learning on the fly, but I'm going to keep grinding for you guys. What else we got in here? Jinx Wolf, what up, my guy? He said, no tanking here, man. No tanking here. I don't care what those draft picks says. He said the Eagles are 7.5 favorites in this game versus the Jets. We should cover that. We definitely need to cover that. Our offense needs to come out explosive and make some plays and make a statement that we are not done this season. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, we lose to the Jets, man. I'm going to have to call it what it is, a spade is spade. We might be done. It might be a wrap, that'll be the last straw, the last nail in the coffin, with this Eagles team for this year. We have done better than last year already with the 5 wins, but I was expecting a little bit more. Like I said, the floor for me was 7 losses and 10 wins, 10 and 7. And right now, if we win out, we can still get that. If not, 9 and 8 would be like, woo, it would suck, but it's still a winning record, and we can look forward to having a better season next year once we get through this draft. Carson Wentz has hit his 75 percent playing time threshold. So we are getting that first round picks from the coach. So that's a good thing. That's 3 first round picks to help stack to this team next year. Yep, subscribe. All links are inside the chat. Bird Gang, they killing me with the Jalen Hurts criticism. I know, man. I know, and it's out there. Like people don't understand. Jalen is still, working hard. Like I told people before, you name me, a handful of more. Basically, he's top 10 all time in stats for yards and touchdowns for your first 16 games of a season for anybody's career. I'm talking about Brady's, Manning's. You know what I'm saying? What Russ Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, newer one, Lamar Jackson, all these guys, man. And besides the ones that are in that top 10, he done better than everybody else in terms of those stats. So people got to realize that you guys are only looking at his passing and you guys are discrediting his damage he puts on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Last week, he didn't pass very much, but we all praised him because he had 3 rushing touchdowns, the first Eagle quarterback to do that. So you guys got to always remember when you guys are talking about Jalen Hurts, especially his first, season or two, you're gonna have to include that rushing attack. You know what I'm saying? He makes our rushing attack better. We wouldn't be the #1 rushing team the last 4 or 5 weeks without Jalen Hurts. He holds those linebackers. He sets up holes for the running back when he's doing that option with him, and the defense has to account for him. So as long as that's happening, that's making more holes and better runs for these running backs out of the backfield. These guys won't look so good. We have Boston Scott, Howard for that stretch of games, and we didn't have Jalen Hurts. We had a pocket quarterback back there. He would not be, they would not be rushing for that many yards. I'm telling you that. When you focus down on the running back, he's that extra dimension that you have to worry about. And also, we've all seen Jalen put the ball on the dime, you know what I'm saying, on the mark. He's made amazing passes already. Yes, he needs to work on that accuracy, but he's also still put in some good passes in there. If you look at all the touchdowns Jalen threw that either been dropped, that flagged, where it had to been called back, or even, like a normal penalty, from a lineman or something, like he would have better stats right now, you know. But, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You can't, change the pass, I guess. And they didn't make those plays, so he doesn't have those stats, so people are criticizing him. But Jalen's been throwing it pretty well here, like he's only getting better in terms of like, you got to realize, only playing 16 games, he has not seen every coverage in the NFL. There's probably hundreds of coverages he has not seen yet. There's coverages that Brady and them haven't even seen yet because they've been in the league forever because defenses are always changing up coverages. You know what I'm saying? You might say, oh, they're sat in a cover 3 all game. But what kind of cover 3 was it? What was the, what's the word I'm trying to say? What was the disguises in that cover 3? You know what I'm saying? For him, that he will have to look at and check out, or be able to recognize. He hasn't seen it all yet. He hasn't seen every route ran from all of his receivers. We got young receivers. They're not even polished at being receivers yet. You know what I'm saying? Even Devontae Smith has sloppy routes. Even, Quez definitely has sloppy routes. So does Rager. So it's like these guys are not, the offensive side of the ball is still so young that we really can't be putting all this expectation on them in terms of like, oh my God, why aren't they doing this or why aren't they doing that? Or why isn't Hurts doing this or why isn't Hurts doing that? Give him some time. He's going to get better just like every other quarterback did. Peyton Manning came into the league one of the best quarterbacks ever. 16 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? His second year, 28 interceptions. Come on now. Brady, first 3 years while winning championships. Game managing quarterback, so everybody just need to really look at it. Don't be so emotional when it comes to Jalen Hurts. Jalen's doing a great job. Like I said, when you're top 10 all time, that stands for something because there's been thousands of quarterbacks in this league that made it and didn't make it, that you can compare stats to. And I don't want to hear nothing about garbage time because every quarterback gets garbage time stats, period. So it's like that part of it is really irrelevant. He gets his yards when he gets his yards, and that's just what he does. You know what I'm saying? Those rushing yards accounted for. This guy's still on pace for 1,000 rushing yards in the season and 3,500 yards passing. So, That's good at anybody's league. That's 400 and what 4,500 yards total offense from your quarterback, and looking at close to 20 touchdowns total, if not more, by the end of the season. So that's still good. That's a lot, and I think people just need to realize that he is growing. I'm a huge Hurts fan, but I'm also a realist, knowing that he just has not seen it all, and it's going to take a minute for him to see it all. The only thing you can do about that is continue to play the guy. You know what I'm saying? People are calling for Gardner Minshew. Why do you want Minshew? Minshew hasn't even played all season. If you think he's going to come in and be this miracle quarterback all of a sudden, and take our team to the promised line, you're smoking some strong stuff, and I need to have some of it because it's not going to happen. Minshew's just as inaccurate. He's still not that guy. You guys seen what he did in Jacksonville. I know Jacksonville's horrible, but he still did his part, had his part too, where he was missing things. So every quarterback's playing bad. Everybody want Russell Wilson, right? Russell Wilson plays bad. You seen Russell Wilson that last throw at the end of the game. Boom. Horrible throw, interception. I think most of these quarterbacks that you guys want has more turnovers than Jalen Hurts does right now at this point in the season. And Russell's a vet. A lot of people think Hall of Famer type guy. So his team, and also his team is only a 3-win team. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like this guy's done propelled this team to great victories with his team over there. And they got DK Metcalf. Everybody wanted DK. They got Lockett over there. You know what I'm saying? And they got a lot of good receivers over there that should make them a better offense than what they are. But it's not just the quarterback. It is a team sport, and everybody has to be playing on a high level to get these W's in the NFL. You're seeing a lot of these, crappy teams out there, win some good teams, It's happening. It's that time of the year where teams do have tape from you. The good teams come out hot. Nobody has really tape on what you're doing for the season. All the new coaching staffs and putting their own little spin on it. And then after that, by week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, now you got 10 weeks. Now you can dissect the tape, realize what are their strong parts, what are their weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? The good thing is, this is a rebuild and we're winning. We're winning football games. And, we haven't even figured out our offense completely yet either. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing with us. So, but for all the Jalen haters, just know, without Jalen Hurts right now, we don't have the same record. We can be even worse off right now. So, give him some time and let's see what he does by the end of this season. Now, if he goes down these next 5 games and choke it up, interceptions here and there, fumbles here and there, then, hey, I'll be on the bandwagon too and saying Jalen sucks. But at the same time, I think he's already done enough things this year, to make it to next year. He said, where's Alshon Jeffries right now? Right? Ain't nobody want Alshon either. He dropped that Saints pass when we were in the playoffs. We could have went deeper if he didn't miss it. But Alshon's also got older. He's too old. He's probably not playing for nobody right now because he is too old and slow. But like these young guys just got to develop, guys. That's what it comes down to, patience and letting these guys develop. Because not only are these young guys developing, they're developing with a young coaching staff. So these coaching staff need to develop more too as well. This is the first year they're calling plays on offense. They're calling plays on defense, special teams, whatnot. So you got to let all these guys grow together, and that's what you're seeing there. And how many of you can even say right now that knowing our record, knowing our 7 losses, how many of those 7 losses did the other team actually beat us? That we didn't beat ourselves, whether it's with penalties, whether young coaches not running the ball or blitzing. You know what I'm saying? The talent on our team is there. It just got to get put in the right position. Vic says Rager needs to ride the bench for a while. He has to earn his way back through special teams. Yeah, I agree, Vic. Like I said, maybe not ride the bench because look at the depth behind him. What else do we got? Ward. Everybody loved Ward. Ward should get more playing time. Whenever Ward got in the game this year, he's dropped passes in crucial situations. I'm not a fan of even putting him in the game, especially not during, the red zone. I hate the fact that Sirianni, every time we get in these red zone situations, he put bench warmers in the game and expect them to make big plays. For one, these guys are cold on the bench. For two, You know, they're not that great. They're dropping passes. They're costing us touchdowns. Either off a penalty or just dropping balls. So these guys need to stay on the bench when we're in the red zone. From 20 to 20, let them play. Get them some work in. But on red zone, you need to have your top three receivers on the field at all times. See, Eagle 17, shout out to you with the 4.99 super chat. He said, good content, bro. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm just trying to let you guys know how I feel about the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own, opinion about it, but I really feel like, I've been watching these birds for a long time. And there's just certain things that I think people are just overexcited about, so quick to judge, judge, judge. You know what I'm saying? I can break down a lot of things that I've seen throughout the year that, that people are really harsh about, that if you really break it down and look at it, it's not as bad as it seemed. From the Devontae Smith touchdown, he was open for a glimpse. I mean, or not touchdown, not pass. He was open for a glimpse. I will admit that he was open for a glimpse. Now, if Jalen Hurts would have threw the ball at that perfect time, if he was even looking at Devontae at that perfect time, by the time he made it through his progression, he could have threw it. It would have been a touchdown. Zinged it in there for a touchdown. But the guy's already threw 3 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to have to, worry about getting it in there. There was a safety coming over to help. And, that could have been another interception for Jalen Hurts. Rager was wide open. So, there's a lot of things you can break down over and over again and really see the truth about some of these plays. Let's see where we at. With Rager, and the D that decides which CBs they put on which cornerbacks. Yeah, that's true too. But I think if Reagan moves to that third slot, they're probably going to put that third best corner on him, and I think that will be more better skill level for him. Maybe he can outperform that third corner because these first 2 corners, he's not doing it. He's not the guy. He said putting a lot of faith in Quez. Hope you all will not be disappointed. Yeah, that's a fact. I am putting faith in Quest because that is one receiver. At one point of this year, I was saying he should get more targets than Devontae Smith. Because he has seen more coverages than Devontae. He has experienced the league already. The fact that he goes out there, and if you watch every Quest Watkins catch, he's out there hustling to try to get that ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, the interception last week, he probably should have fought back and got it. But like I said, he was getting pulled and tugged on that whole play. So you can't really blame him. But every other catch, the other catches that he had in the game, you see him go get the ball. He's one of our only receivers that it doesn't have to be a perfect pass. He's going to go snatch that ball and make sure that if it's in this area, he's going to catch it. And I think, his targets have been low all season. Give him a full slate of targets sometime and see what he can do with the ball. Run him on different routes besides go routes. Have him slatting across the field. Have him doing post corners and whatnot. And then we'll get a full evaluation of these guys. The playbook being so minimum, I feel like we're not even going to be able to fully evaluate these guys. Even Devontae Smith continuously runs that under route where they send 2 receivers up the field and let Devontae come underneath. It's like that's the only play you really got that works with Devontae Smith consistently. We do it every game. He gets a catch off of it every game, and he does his thing. One time, the week before last, he scored a touchdown off of it. But there has to be more plays in the book to get him open, man. Sirianni needs to scheme these guys open better. Like what they're doing is not working for me. He said, I forgot. How was your Thanksgiving, Miss BIRDGANG 31 Big? Yay. Thanksgiving was great, Got to eat some good food with the fam, watch some football. Obviously, it was great because the Cowgirls lost. So that's always a plus. But yeah, man, I miss the Eagles playing on Thanksgiving sometime. We need to see if that can happen again sometime. Let's see what else we got in here. It's supposed to be 40 degrees. So a nice cold game. Nice. That's what's up. I hope you enjoyed it. Is the man of the people. Yeah, I'm here to talk things that most people don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll rationalize anything with you guys. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have trouble figuring out what's going on, then hey, let's talk about it. This is the show with you guys. I want to answer questions you guys got about the Eagles, and I'm going to do my best to give you the best answer I can give you. He said fans can both support and criticize Hurts no matter what the fans, say. Jalen is his biggest critic. Facts, man. Jalen puts this all on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You seen that picture that has Mailata standing over Jalen Hurts at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because he's sitting there crying about what happened. You know what I'm saying? This guy takes everything personally. That's why I said I don't see him losing more than 7 games because I know he's a winner. He hates to lose. You know, everybody's going to criticize him. You know, everybody has to, freedom of speech to do it. But sometimes you got to realize this guy's out there busting his butt for what he can do. With the talent he has around him, undeveloped receivers around him. Even Dallas Goedert's dropping balls out there. We want him to be this. He even wants to be this elite tight end, but he's out there dropping balls. So it's just like, he got young guys developing. They're all developing together. And sometimes that's going to have some bumps in the road, especially with this coaching staff calling plays. The coaching staff could be way better. If we had a guy like Sean Payton or McVay or one of these guys in here, I promise you our season would be looking a lot better because they are experienced coaches and they would get these players in the right situation. And I'm not saying Nick Sirianni isn't going to be that guy or can't be that guy, but as of right now, he's not that guy. He's learning just like the rest of these guys on that offensive side of the ball. And we just got to be patient with it. Yeah, what up, Drew? He said, man, what we doing, BG31? Man, we are trying to win out. That's the only thing I want. Like, I'm tired of even saying predictions anymore. I just want the Eagles to win, score more points than the other team. I don't really care what the game looks like as long as we win. That's all I really care about, man. Rager on special teams is killing me. Just make one move. Yeah, man. And I was a big fan of saying that at the beginning of the season. Put Rager on special teams and let him run the slot. But at this point, too, man, we need to get somebody else back there. We're not getting enough explosive plays on that special teams. For me personally, I would throw, the young guy, Gainwell back there. Why not? Gainwell's a speedster. He's a running back. He can make plays. Let's try circulate some other people back there. And even in the last game, when it came down to that last punt, I wouldn't have had Rager back there to return it. Remember, we had Deshaun Jackson. He wasn't our every down punt returner. He was our special situation punt returner. And I think guys like Devontae Smith should have been in that situation. We shouldn't have had Rager back there. We should have put Devontae back there, let him return the kick, and see what he can do, what kind of magic he can bring. Because, situational football, and I think that's the biggest problem with our coaching staff. It's not that they're the most horrible coaches ever, but they are bad at situational football. You know what I'm saying? When you need to switch it up, they get stuck in modes. Stuck targeting certain people, stuck doing certain defenses. They need to be able to switch in and out of their schemes at a drop of a dime, play by play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a play clicks in your head, something totally different from what you want to do. You got to be able to run those plays and execute them. He said Devontae Smith drops passes too. Will not be surprised if he has the most drops. Young receivers need time. COVID year 2020 didn't help players' development. Facts, Richie. That's 100% facts. I agree with you 1,000%. No one was developed. All these young players were not developed last year. The fact that Quez even came back as good as he is a shocker to me because I didn't even expect that from him. I thought guys like Hightower might have took a jump this year, but he hasn't even hit the field yet. So that's 100% fast, man. These young guys just need time. Our offense next year is probably going to be one of the most electrifying offenses in the league. I think just some of us expected it to happen a little earlier than not. Even me, I was on board. Like I said, I was saying 13-4, 12-5, and things like that, and it's not happening. It's not happening. We lost a lot of games I thought we should have won for various reasons, and we're sitting here now with 7 losses, hoping that we can finish out this season and still make a wild card spot. I still have faith in that. Until we don't have a chance, I'm going to always be supporting the Birds, hoping they make that wild card spot. What up, Eric Gardner? Said filthy birds. Yeah. He said, I think the RPO game is something you all should stick with. The NFL is changing. Plus, what are your thoughts on adding another RPO quarterback to go along with Jalen Hurts? If there's one in the draft next year, 5th, 6th round, maybe late 4th round, maybe. But none of our top 5 picks needs to go to a quarterback, guys. We don't need another quarterback. That's not the answer. Jalen's a leader. If you guys haven't watched, even with the bad game, the 3 picks he threw in the beginning of the last game, He did not fold. A lot of quarterbacks would have folded in that situation. He came back strong, and he whenever he has a rough start, he comes back strong in the second half. Whether it's with his legs or with his arm, he's a lot more accurate, and he handles his business, man. He brought us back, from Jalen's perspective, he did everything possible to win that game last week at the end of that game. How many more dimes do you throw into the end zone without them being caught? And it's not just a two from Rager. You got to also count the one from, what's his name? Ward. You know what I'm saying? That's three dimes he threw at the end in the second half of the football game that could have changed the score. That didn't get caught. So, you can't put it all on him. You can mix in the RPO, but even now we're not even doing so much RPO. We're just doing more read option, which is kind of the same, but it just takes a step out of there. But we need to line up in normal run formations. We need to add, you know, players on the field, multiple positions, and do something different. We can't just keep running these same plays. So the RPO, the read option, the single back runs, that's cool and all, but you need to add more things to that. You need to open up that playbook a little bit farther, dig a little bit deeper. Because like I said before, there's thousands of other run plays, and it's like, oh, Madden, when we won those 3 out of 4, we were in run heavy. You know what I'm saying? But then Sirianni likes to do pass heavy. We need to go to the back to the run heavy book until Jalen develops into the guy he needs to be. American team wins the division and then Super Bowl. It's possible. It's possible, man. You guys got to show that you guys aren't going to choke out the rest of this year. You know, you guys are already starting it. The last 3 losses, Dak has not looked great over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking kind of suspect. So I know he didn't have all of his receivers the last game, but like, if Jalen gets criticism for having a young receiver, you gotta give Dak criticism for having the receivers he have and looking so horrible there too. And this is November, December. Everybody knows what the Cowboys do. They still gotta prove they can finish out this season number 1 in the division. And even the Redskins the Washington football team's making a run at it. And that's kind of scary, man. They leapfrogged us. And we were above them, I think, by 2 games a couple of weeks back, or by a game a week back. So that's not good on our part. He said, no, Devontae Smith not. Punt return too much of an injury risk. No, and I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying in clutch situations, game on the line, short on time, throw him back there. He did great in Alabama with punt returns. Let me tell you that much. I watched him. He did great in punt returns. And it's not a full-time thing. Just when we need him, a situational punt returner, limited on time, need a big play, put him back there. You seen how aggressive he was about wanting the ball at the end of the game. That would be another way to get the ball in the man's hands at the end of the game and let him use his God-given ability to make a play and help win the game. What up, my brother and co-host Philly Notion in the building? How you doing, my guy? He said, BIRDGANG, we have no room for error, time to run the table or miss the playoffs. Great stream, brother. Yep, exactly what we've been saying, You can also check out me and Notion on Birds Broad Street and Weedham Birds pregame show. Birds Broad Street's Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the pregame show is usually, if it's an early game, 10:30. If it's a late game, we do it about 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. So check us out on that. And much love to you, Philly Notion, my guy. But yeah, man, it is time. No more errors. There's no more room for mistakes. Just like, after the third game, they say rookies aren't rookies no more. I'm putting that on the coaches too. You guys are not rookies no more. You guys went through your growing pains. You guys adjusted with those growing pains, and you still are making mistakes. So we need to see a little bit better coaching. Because there comes a point at a time where the players can only do so much. They only can do what the coaches call, you know what I'm saying, and be put in a situation of what they can be, that they are in. So I want to see better coaching come down the stretch the last 5 games of the season for sure. What up, Stefan? How you doing, my guy? He said, BIRDGANG, what's good, man? Nothing much, just talking birds. You know what I'm saying? Anything you need answered, my guy, drop it in the chat. That's what I'm here for. Make sure all you guys, we got 20 in here. Please hit that like, you know what I'm saying, while you're in here. Go hit that like for a brother to help this get out to more Eagle fans out there and other fans out there, just NFL fans. I love talking football in general. He said, I said 17-0. Yeah, we all said 17-0 from the start of the season, and then every week that kind of changed, especially early. But we know what I'm saying, like Philly Notion says, 10-7, here we come, because I do believe we can still win out. Like I've said that all year, and there was not one game on our schedule I thought we couldn't beat that team. You know what I'm saying? Like we have the talent on our roster to beat every single team out there. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's if the coaches are going to put us in those right situations and call these right games to get us those wins. So I still believe 10-7 till proven otherwise, and we're gonna have to go from there. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about the division right now? You know what I'm saying? Do you guys think? I want everybody in the chat to go ahead and drop. What do you think the final record for the Philadelphia Eagles will be? We are sitting at what, 5-8, 7 right now, 5-7, I believe. So, what do you guys think? How do you think the Birds are going to finish out the season? Drop that in the chat for me. He said Ward pass was not a dime. Well, it was definitely a nickel because it was catchable. How about that? It was definitely a catchable ball. You know, like everybody be expecting perfect balls. No one, man. If you watch all these elite receivers and even good receivers in the league right now, all these elite guys aren't throwing dimes every time. They're throwing it in the receiver's facility, and the receivers jumping up and bait to making plays. I seen Herbert right just last week in the game with the Chargers. He busted to the sideline, busted out to his left to the sideline. He threw up a prayer to the back of the end zone. There were 6 people, 3 Chargers, 3 defenders, and their receiver, I think it was Cooks, jumped up there, grabbed that ball, and made sure he caught that ball for that touchdown. That's the kind of hunger we need from our receivers. Anytime it's in your facility, you know, put your arms up, straight up, do a circle with them. Anytime it's in any of that facility, it's your ball, and it's your ball to go get. You know what I'm saying? We need all of them to have that dog mentality and go get the ball. Don't worry about perfect passes all the time, because they're not all going to be perfect. You know, you just got to go get the ball when it's in your opportunity. You got an opportunity to make that catch. You got to make it all the time. You know, Rager makes it one of those 2 catches. All of us are off the Rager, hate train. You know what I'm saying? He gets more love in the city. You know, you start thinking less about, oh, we should have got such and such, Jefferson or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He brings all this attention to himself by not making plays when he got the time to make the plays. He did make that one good catch where he turned around and caught it at the goal line, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't an crucial time in the game. You need to make him when it counts, and that's the end of the game. We defer here. A dime pass involves the receiver not leaving their feet, but instead delivering an easy walk and touchdown. Well, I guess we kind of do defer there. A dime pass to me is right there with receivers. In terms of both catches, that Rager ball, he had someone trailing him right there. Right here is where Jalen threw it. When Rager went back, he didn't put his head far enough back, so it hit his face mask first, and then he did what he did and dropped the ball. The second one, he jumped up to get it, but he was the only one jumping at that time, and he didn't have to jump that high to go up there and get it. He threw it high, right where he needed to throw it, and Rager should have caught the ball. And no, I don't know how else to say that. You know what I'm saying? No one really throws walk in the park, home run balls consistently all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, dimes are in the perfect place for receivers to get the ball. A lot of times the ball might be back shoulder fade. So he threw in that back shoulder fade. It doesn't mean that when he throws it, the ball's going to hit the guy right and perfectly in the hands when he comes back for it. It just is in the facility for him to make a play. So he said, my quarterback Dak without Amari Cooper would have even gotten paid. He said, Dak Prescott without Amari Cooper would have never got paid. Facts, man. Facts. Without Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, Wilson, y'all got some boys over there. You got some dogs over there. You got the best player. Lamb, one of the best receivers out of that draft. Amari Cooper from Alabama. You know how those Alabama boys play. And Dak struggled early too when he didn't have these targets. That's what people don't realize too. Now, do I think Dak deserves that $40 million a year? No. That's one thing I had a conversation earlier about. Is like I hate the salary cap, how it makes people get paid more, for what they can do as opposed to what they've been doing. And not saying that Dak's not a good quarterback, but he's definitely not a $40 million quarterback. He's more the range 25, $30 million quarterback. I don't think anybody should get that elite quarterback money until they win the Super Bowl, to be honest to me. You know what I'm saying? That you actually won a Super Bowl, you did your thing, and boom, you got it. But no hate from Dak, he just had really bad games the last 3 games. Said Philly Notion with the lotion and the motion. Sunday morning with Philly Notion. Graham, what's up? More wins than last year. Yeah, we got more wins than last year. Last year we had 4. So a lot of people at the beginning of the year just said they wanted more. I still want more. Like I said, 10-7, I still want. If we go 9-7 and make the playoffs, I'll still be happy. But I still think we can win now. And until we don't, I'm all aboard that train. You know what I'm saying? I think we can do it. Especially if we get Brandon Brooks back after. Imagine what this line would look like after the bye week with Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, and Mailata. Everybody know how good we are when Lane and Brandon are together. Now imagine we got the same combination kinda on the other side with Landon Dickerson and Mailata. They're playing some great football. Mailata is destroying people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a big man. That's the size thing you can't outcoach a guy that, what I'm saying, that defensive tackle or defensive end can be as big as, as talented as you want to be. But when you go in against giants like Landon and freaking Mailata, their size alone kills a lot of that talent. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kills it straight up. Like they'll block anybody unless you're a 300-pound defensive end, which most aren't. They're more around the 260, 290 size, You're gonna have a hard time because Mailata's fast as well. I know you guys seen that rugby tape of him running the rock. That's why I always preach goal line, give it to Landon. Mailata up the gut. Touchdown every time. Question for you, my guy. I know you love Miles, but is it time to give him a bag, or would you consider trading him? I'm not trading Miles Sanders for nothing. These coaches need to learn how to use him. You can't say his rookie year, you've seen what he did, and every time, being the best yards per touch running back, top 3 every year when he does play, what I'm saying? That's potential there. I know a lot of people criticize him. I know it. Oh, Miles dances too much. I know it. I hear it all the time. Miles Sanders not that good because he dances too much. I want you guys to sit here and think about something. Who is the best running back ever to play the game? You know what I'm saying? Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders used to have the most negative yards by any running back ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he danced, but the home run and explosive plays are definitely coming behind that. Barry used to be -4, -4, -4, 3, -4, 80-yard touchdown. And that's kind of, dancing around will get you that. Does Miles need to cut it up? But we also see Miles do cut it up the field too. But does Miles need to sometimes just put his head down and run forward and do his thing? Yes. But let him do his thing. Shady McCoy, another running back we had, danced a lot. And no one was complaining when he was doing it. He had negative run plays, but he also, when they break, they break. You see Miles rush for that 20-some yard game, 27-yard game this last game. Everybody was even saying Jordan Howard and Miles when Jordan came into that game that he got hurt. The running game looked better because Jordan was running straight downhill, getting, positive yards. That looks good. Now, I'm not saying they both should get the ball together because I think that's a 1-2 dynamic backfield right there. You got Thunder and Lightning. But if you looked at that final box score, Jordan had more carries than Miles and like 30 yards less than Miles Sanders. So that just shows you the difference of skill level. Miles is supposed to play waiting to happen, and you need to feed him the ball. Like, you don't have to give him to him 30 times a game, but he damn sure should get 20 touches a game for sure. So to answer your question, my guy, not trading Miles Sanders at all. Let him play out the rest of his contract. Let's incorporate him into this run now that we're running the ball a little bit more. And then let's see what happens, We need to see Jason Avant take on Hurts Ward's passes. We need to see Jason Avant's take on the Hurts Ward passes. Yeah, Jason Avant definitely would have caught that. That's another guy that didn't get no credit with our offense back in the day. Jason Avant used to catch everything on third down. He was a third down specialist. He was a great run blocker, and whenever you need a crucial catch, Jason Avant made that catch, whether he had to dive for it, jump up for it, take that hit for it. He still caught the ball and held on to it. We need more hungry receivers like Jason Vaughn on our roster for sure. What up, Mr. Lewis? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a great night. Danny, what up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream, my guy. Grant says 7-4, Cowboys 5-6. Washington football team, Eagles 5-7, and Giants 4-7. Yeah, man, it's tight, man. 2 games. So think about this. Say the Cowboys lose on Thursday, they're gonna be 7-5, right? If we can win, we'll be 6-7. If Washington loses, hopefully, I don't know who they play, they'll be 5-7 too. So that means we'll be 1 game behind the Cowboys with 4 more games left. We get our bye, and that's when the record kind of, because all them teams already had their bye. So that's when everything will balance itself back out after our bye. And then we come back strong against Washington to handle some business, man. Yeah, like I said, we still have a chance to win the division. Like, it's still there. 2 games. We got 5 games left. Do the math. As long as we win more games than the Cowboys the rest of the season, plus beat them, take care of business that last game of the season, we can still get that division. It's still not out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucked to get that loss. It would have been a lot easier to do it with the win over New York, but division games always hit and miss, especially with the Giants. The sad thing is they haven't won as many times as we have lately. So, I need to see this coaching staff start winning division games. The fact that we're 0-2 in division really irritates me. I don't really care about any other win except for our division. When you handle business at home inside of the division, you usually don't have to worry too much about playoffs and things like that. So, man, we definitely need to stop losing these division games, man. It's looking kind of bad. He said, I can't believe Rager had his eyes closed on one of those drops. Unacceptable. You're right. You are a star receiver in the NFL. I haven't seen no one close their eyes to make a catch since Pop Warner. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rager definitely needs to step up. And like Vic said earlier, and like everybody else said, maybe it's time to give him a step back so he can play better throughout the end of this season. Because, you're not giving us what we need at the position. It's like you guys are mad at Jalen Hurts when he only really has one receiver out there doing anything worth anything, productive. And that's why he has so many yards that he do have. Every other top quarterback got 2 to 3 receivers that are doing their thing out there. Like we talked about Dak in Dallas. He got Lamb, Cooper, Gallup, and Wilson all balling out over there. You know what I'm saying? All whenever they get their opportunity, they make plays. And that's what kind of receivers we need. Receivers that's going to consistently make plays. There's a lot of things you can look at. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make excuses for Jalen, but there's a lot of things you can look at that's different compared to the other guys that everybody likes to compare him to. Grant said, I will say 8-9. Eagles beat the Jets. Giants split with Washington, lose to Dallas. And get swept by the Cowgirls? Man. By the Cowboys, man? No, man. No sweep. No sweep. Splits. Splits in the division. You can't get swept by nobody in the division. Straight up. No sweeps. I refuse. No sweeps. No disrespect to the Cowboys, but no sweeps. And it's November, December where they mess up the most. We better be able to pull that win out, especially with a healthy offensive line and running the ball. He said 10-7 or 9-8. I haven't given up on the playoffs yet. We still need Niners, Vikings, Saints, Panthers to lose, but we have or should have strength of schedule. Facts. It's definitely not over. We definitely got, and then we also got what? Tiebreakers over the Saints and Panthers, right? Oh, we lost to Carolina. Did we lose Carolina? Well, at least I know for sure over the Saints. However, I need to see Jason Avant's opinion on Hurts Word Pass. Yeah. I know they got a good podcast. Maybe we all should check that out. Eagles making the schedule. Yeah. He said the fan base is very split on Jalen. Do you think he's the guy? Me personally, he's the guy. Forget his passing ability. Like I said, that will come with time. He will get better with time passing the ball. And we all know, like, no matter how much we criticize his passing, whenever the game it needs to get taken over, Jalen is very accurate. He's hitting people left and right all over the field. He's made every single throw. If you go back to the 4 games last year and all these games this year, If you guys sit back and go make a highlight film of Jalen Hurts just passing the ball, I promise you, you'll have at least a 45-minute to hour highlight reel of him making good passes. I promise you. Because he's done it, man. He's done it. Does he need to be more consistent on when it happens and how it happens? Yes. But he has it on film that he can make every pass in there. I would like to see his deep ball get a little more accurate, but I think sometimes Jalen gets too cute with it. He thinks he has it so much that he just like kind of flings it. And sometimes you just need to gun it. Get it there. You need to stop lofting them balls. This is not college no more. It's the pros. Some of these deep balls you got to gun down the field. Get it down the field as fast as possible so the receiver can make a play on it and not have to worry about, these cornerbacks making adjustments and coming back, and guarding these guys. So, you know, Jalen's, like I said, he's learning. He's going to learn it. I know he watches tape. He's out there putting it down. He said the big play that people not talking about on the end of the half touchdown drive was the second down. Tight end Jack Stoll basically Tebow blocked the defender, missed the block completely, prevented Hurts score his touchdown. Yeah, exactly. You know, I thought he was going to score in that run too. But even that run, the Boston Scott run, that was nice. They both, got called back due to penalties. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? We make when Herbert was in at center, he reminded me of the way Barnett played on defense. Horrible calls at the wrong time of the game. But when Kelsey came back in, he played some good guard. Like, I think Herbert should be that right guard until Brandon Brooks get back, though. But yeah, there's facts. There's always other variables of the play. Even that play where everybody thought, Devontae was open. If you look, I don't even think Jalen was even looking at the direction for that split second hit. He was open. I know he had some pressure. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, it's easy for us to look at the play from a spectator's eye. We got to be in the quarterback's head. Like, what was he really looking at? What was the progression? Who was he supposed to be looking at on that play? Get the ball where it needs to get to. And some things, even if that was the progression, the read you're supposed to be looking at, if some guy coming off the end, that's going to make you change your vision, make you want to look somewhere else. So, nobody's perfect out there playing football. No one in the NFL. There's no perfect quarterbacks. Yes, I seen that one. That's a good one. Bird Game, a former player's perspective. Each week talking about Bird's game. Yeah, I've seen that podcast with him and Quentin McHale. You know what I'm saying? They do. That's a great podcast. I checked it out a couple times. And it's always good to check players' perspectives for sure. He said Washington plays Vegas in Vegas. Yeah, and I think it's time for the Raiders to get that W. Come back in. That's definitely a game that the Washington football team could lose. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I know the Raiders probably tired of losing over there. I know they have to get over that whole Ruggs thing. Or did they win last week? Deshaun Jackson had an awesome game last week. 104 yards off of 3 catches. That's why I wanted D-Jax back to finish his career here. Because, yes, he didn't do good, but every time he was good on the field when he was healthy, it was like 200 yards, 150 yards off of like 4 and 5 catches. So, you know what I'm saying? He'd know if he ever came back, he wouldn't be the main guy, but he'll help these guys with the deep ball, with the deep routes. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Jackson is one of the best, if not the best, deep ball threat ever to play the game. You know what I'm saying? He can give, Smith some help. He can give Quest some help. Rager some help. All these speedsters that we got at receivers that we don't seem to be using their talents the right way. He said, I hope we can replace Fletcher Cox with Jordan Davis from UGA. There you go. That's a good piece, man. Fletcher, I'm still, I think if he can't produce down the stretch, we might have to be thinking about replacing him. And that's a good pick. Another guy from UGA I want is that Dean guy. Dean's a beast at linebacker. I think if you put him in our defense will be a lot better. We definitely need to look at Georgia. They got some good football players coming out this year. We need a couple of those guys. With 3 first-round picks, guess what? We can get at least 2 of them. We can get him and Dean. But I don't know if this guy you're talking about is the first rounder or not. But I think Dean's a late first for sure. I think the Eagles will beat the Giants the next time they play. I'm more worried about Washington than Dallas, honestly. Yeah, I know we can beat the Giants. We should have beat them this time. So I know Next game, we're definitely going to beat them at home. Washington football team, am I worried about them? Heineke been doing pretty good. Yes, they beat up on the Seattle team that only has 3 wins. So obviously they're not even doing good this year. So we can't look at it as like, oh, they beat the Seattle Seahawks like they beat Seattle, just powerhouse, winning team this year. They sucked this year too. So it's like, was that really that hard of a game for them? It did kind of come down to the end there. And they almost lost the game too. Without those 2 edge rushers out playing, and that defense is a little bit more suspect. So like I said, I'm not worried about none of these teams. None of them. Not even the Cowboys fully loaded. I feel like we had a horrible game plan the first time against the Cowboys, and if we play them again, having that run first mentality to open up the pass, I think you'll see a different outcome. With all due respect, I have to say, the football hit Rager's helmet. The closing of his eyes was an involuntary action. If you watch basketball, hit players' heads, their eyes do close. Yeah, that's it. But it's like, should never hit him in the head. You should be able to possession your body the right way. That catch is on Rager. He should have made both of those catches. There's no excuse for either one of those. Eyes closed, eyes open, whatever. He said Washington remaining schedule is Vegas, Dallas, Philly, Dallas, Philly, and the Giants. Yeah, so Washington, I see them hopefully losing to Vegas. They probably can lose against the Cowboys. They're going to split with the Cowboys. And hopefully we can sweep them because we need to. And then the Giants, I don't know who won that first matchup, but I think Giants probably can squeak out a win there. Giants remaining schedule: Miami, round the Chargers, Dallas, Philly, Chicago, Washington. Well, that's not good for them because Miami's kind of getting hot right now in this part of the season. Tua's looking a lot better out there. I can see them losing to Miami. I could definitely see them losing to the Chargers. I can see them losing to Dallas. I know we're gonna beat them next one. The only 2 games I see that they should possibly win are probably those last two against Chicago or Washington. But even Washington's no guarantee. And even not even really Chicago too, the way they're playing over there. Dallas remaining scheduled New Orleans, which I think they're starting Taysom Hill. That can be a different, version New Orleans team than we played. Especially will help. It will definitely help out Ingram over there. And if their receivers can do something, that's a winnable game for the Saints. Like I said, it'll vary with the Washington. Maybe they'll split that. They probably got the Giants. Arizona should beat them. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3 losses. That will put them at their 7 wins right now. 10-7. So that'll be splitting. So yeah. And I don't know how they do the division championship if we split with them. So that's an interesting thing too to watch out for. I think it matters the rest of the division, how the rest of the division wins came out, and who had the more division win in terms of a tie going into the playoffs. So definitely winnable. Eagles looking like we could still do this. So I definitely will be looking out for us to make that happen. So I suggest that and got bashed for it. I said that Eagles don't draft big name college players. The Eagles don't need DTs. I don't know. We can use it. Like I said, positions I think we still need and early in the draft. Those first 5 picks in the top 60 players. I'm looking at a defensive end, another receiver, a linebacker, an offensive lineman, and maybe a defensive tackle, because that's where all of our older guys are. The O and D line, and we need to replace them with some nice, talented youth. And then, receiver, I think we need to keep drafting first-round receivers until we get 3 that are good, that can consistently ball out. So, that's how I feel about that with those first 5 picks of the draft. And we definitely need an offensive lineman because Kelsey might retire. Brandon Brooks don't need to be here no more because he can't play a whole season. Lane Johnson got a couple more years left, depending on how his ankle does. So we need to get that new injection of talent inside that offensive line too, and not just getting pieces just to fill for depth. We need quality football players. So how is gonna have his work cut out for him? He still need to catch those passes. The second one was even worse. Yeah, facts. He said yes. Vegas beat Dallas on Turkey Day. Yep, exactly. They already beat the Cowboys, and they beat the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure they can beat Washington. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with Bird Game 31 support. Super valued. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe for all you newcomers. Subscribe, man. Every single Tuesday night, we are doing hanging out with Bird Gang. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 3. We're definitely doing it for the end of the season, maybe even throughout the off season. So make sure you guys are sticking around, Hitting that like, spreading the word, getting more people in here. We can talk that Eagles football. He said Jordan Davis is considered a first round project. Saw him top 10, but mostly in the mid first round range. Yep. And you think about it, we make the playoffs, we win 10 games. That pick will be a late first round pick. Maybe that's the one you use on a guy like Davis. You know what I'm saying? You like your D lineman. If we can get one of them, early picks, well, Miami got to stop winning for first and foremost. They got to stop winning. The coach needs to stop winning. So we can get, we might end up with all mid to late round, first round picks, all 3 of them, if these teams keep winning. But Miami needs to stop winning. Sorry, Grant, I know that's your team, but come on now. Cause we need top flight players. That's all I care about. Turn the page tomorrow and scout and talk about playing at Jets. Yeah, playing the Jets, man. What is there to talk about, really? The Jets are beat up football team. Wilson is not living up to that first round pick right now. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple of good games, a couple of good throws, but he's definitely still a rookie quarterback that's giving out turnovers like interceptions and fumbles. Their number one running back Carter's out this week, which is a big plus for us. We've been stopping the run, but Carter is one of them rookie running backs that have been playing some good football this year, so I'm very happy that he's out of the game. But we do got to watch out for the young guy, Elijah Moore. They put him in the backfield. They moved this guy all around. In the last couple of weeks, I've had him in fantasy. He's making some plays out there. So we definitely need to watch out for Elijah Moore. Corey Davis been looking decent. Not great, but decent. And then Denzel Mims, I guess he's coming back from COVID, but he's been a bust so far in his career. He definitely needs to get a lot better than what he's doing. So we should see the main threat on offense from them is Elijah Moore. That rookie's playing some good football, and he's definitely a big play slay. Whoever got to lock him down, they need to lock him down and make sure they stay tight on him. But like I said, they don't just leave him at receiver. They motion him, do all kind of trick plays with him. They line him up in the backfield. They do a lot with him. It's kind of like what our offensive coordinator need to do with some of our receivers. So be on the lookout for them. They got a young coaching staff over there too as well. That's why, when I was talking to one of the Jets from the Jets X Factor today guy, he was talking about, they got a young coaching staff over there. They're having growing pains as well, so, anybody can get beat. We could lose this game. I don't think we should, and I don't think we will, but anything's possible after losing to the Giants. Seahawks aren't good, but Washington is playing better football than Dallas. Seems like Dallas is starting to fall apart. Exactly. It's November and December. This is when Dallas falls apart. They always have the best team coming into the season. They always fall apart, start out really hot winning games, and then they fall apart come the end of the season. That's their model for the last 26 years. So, and like I said, I'm not hating because Cowboys people, they got a better record than us, but can you keep it the rest of the way through? Can you end the season hot and keep that, division title, and go into the playoffs and make some noise, make it out of the first round? They come holler at me. You do that, then I gotta give you some more respect. Shout out to everyone in the chat, grading fans around the world, BIRDGANG dropping daily content. Yes, I do drop that daily content for you guys. And I'm going to continue dropping that daily content. You know what I'm saying? You guys let me know in my community. I got questions. I leave questions and stuff inside my community over here on Facebook. So if you guys ever need to tell me anything, drop it over there in that community side. I got a poll to ask what do you guys want to see more of and what else you guys want me to do to make this a better experience for you guys. So one of the Eagles first and Rager for Calvin Ridley trade in the offseason. Ooh, Richie, I like that. I would give up Rager in the first round pick for Calvin Ridley. To put Calvin Ridley with Devontae Smith together, now you're talking, my guy. That'll be awesome. They'll take pressure off of each other. They're both excellent route runners, and they both know how to, score touchdowns. So I would actually do that one. It would be the late first round pick for sure, the later one, not the early one. But I'll do the later first round pick. And actually, if I'm giving you a first round pick in Rager, he might play better on another team. I think he's just not mentally strong enough to be here in Philly and handle the criticism he's going to get here. And he keeps getting from the play that he's playing. You know what I'm saying? Play better, you don't get it. But until then, you're going to keep getting it. People going to stay on you. But yeah, maybe even a second round pick, Rager for really trade offseason. I would love that. Or even if you have to do the late first round pick. I like that. He said, I forgot. Is Zach Wilson healthy? I know he came back last game, I think it was. So, yeah, he should be healthy coming into the season. Coming into our game. I think he is playing. And I know Flacco's on IR. So, Flacco sucks anyway. Said, no, Richie really needs time off. I follow Falcons YouTuber. It's something mental. He needs time off. Falcon would take a trade, but he might not even suit up again. Yeah, man. Really, it's just suffering because, the pressure, just kind of like what we said with Rager. Maybe he just needs a fresh start somewhere else because on the Falcons, soon as Julio left, they expected him to pick up the slack, be that number one receiver, handle business, do his thing, and he has not been doing it. It's too much pressure. When you go for being the second receiver on the team behind someone great, I know people said that Julio got hurt, so you seen really put up all them stats, when Julio's absence, but still team didn't really respect him that year. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to do that because people are still not respecting him as much as they respect him, after he put up those stats. Then he came into the next season, Julio's gone, a lot more pressure on you to produce. You draft the tight end. That's working alone. Pitt's been doing better as the season's been on. But he's still not Julio Jones. He still don't take, that much coverage away from you. You're the one getting double coverage every game. So, yeah, it's just the pressures of the NFL, man. NFL, everybody in the NFL is talented. But not all of them can handle the pressure of being a pro, that comes with it. The expectations, the crowd reaction, the newspaper reporters giving you the business whenever you have a bad game. There's a lot of mental side of football. And, that the higher you get up, the more it comes and the harder it is to deal with. Have a good night, my guy. Go Birds. Yes, go Birds. You guys have a good night. Yeah, we're over an hour. We're going to go for a little bit longer, but we're going to get out of here too. BIRDGANG got to work in the morning. Is it Jets corners? Who are they? Who's going to match up against Smith, Quez, Ward, and Rager? I don't remember exactly their cornerbacks, but I know they have some hurt corners too as well. And the cornerbacks weren't really playing that great, is what I heard. If you want to know their names exactly, go back to the video I played earlier with the dude from the Jets, from Jets X Factor, and check out those names. But he was telling me, really, we don't have nothing to worry about because their team is so trash right now. So he was a Jets fan, and he was calling them trash and saying that they suck. So, like I said, the biggest threat on their team is Mosley at linebacker, and there's another linebacker he said was good, Quentin Williams or something like that. And then one of the D tackles were good. And other than that, on offense, you just got to worry about Elijah Moore. You stop that, attack those things, you're good. I want Cal Hamilton safety, but it looks like he's going to be drafted before us. So I'm liking Jordan Davis, Dean, and Linderbaugh in the first round. get a corner in a second. Yeah, that'll work out too. But we can't slide on corner too much. Depends how many of those corners bounce back to the second. If there's a run in the first round on corners, on all the top flight ones, we need to jump in that run too and grab one too while we can. I don't know how deep the cornerback position is going to be this next draft, but I know there are some top heavy corners out there, and we need to get worried about getting one of those. We don't know if Mr. Nelson's going to be back next year. He could not. You know, we don't know that. So if he's not back, we're going to have to replace him with another top flight corner, or at least get one in free agency. But I like those picks, man. Davis, Dean, and that center. That'd be a good first round, man. If we can come out with that, that'd be looking pretty good there. In the corner in the second, if one falls, I would love that. It's him, pass Flores around. They both wanted Watson because too much drama built around Tua. It's simple. They made it hard. Yeah. I think you guys need to stick with Tua too. Tua's young, man. He's gonna do his thing. He's playing better, especially having Waddle out over there, man. You guys are looking like you guys are doing a little bit better. Jalen Waddle's looking like everything he needs to look like. All these young first-year receivers, I will say, man, they're starting to really turn heads here in the league. They're doing their job. They're doing their thing, man. I'm definitely impressed with a lot of these receivers this year. I'd rather get X receiver like Drake London. Yes, man. I want Drake London. He's my USC boy, Grant. He said receiver or Taylor Burks from Arkansas, Jamal Williams from Alabama. Williams is good too. I like Williams. I even would take Mechie in like the second or third round. Mechie's a good receiver from Alabama as well. I know Williams. I thought Mechie was going to be that lead dog for Alabama this year, but it looks like Williams took that over this year. But yeah, either one of them two Alabama boys definitely can come to the team. And also, me, I am a homer for London. If he makes it to the second round and we can scoop him up, that would be awesome for our team, man. Awesome. A Rager at slot or Watkins and Ward at slot. Yeah. About to go there, are you saying if we got one of those guys, we put Watkins in the slot. It'd be Watkins, Drake, and Smith. That'd be deadly right there. That'd be real deadly, man. But yeah, man. So, man, like I said, we're pushing an hour 20. Thank you all for joining me today and having chat football talk with me. Like I said, every Tuesday night we're gonna be talking birds. Late night with Bird Gang. Make sure you tell a friend. Y'all come back, with your questions, and let's just have a good time talking about our team. Hopefully next week we can talk about how the Eagles won as opposed to why we lost and the things that came from it. Like I said, I believe we're gonna beat the Jets this week. I have all faith in our team. I still think we can turn around and make the playoffs. And hopefully we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Nick Sirianni needs to get his stuff together and handle business like he needs to. We need to not lose no more division games. We lost enough of them. And let's go win out the rest of these division games. And let's show everybody that we are good football teams. We're still a young football team, growing, but we're definitely still a good football team. And I think if we can do that, man, the sky's the limits for our team, especially next year. If we can sneak into the playoffs this year, that's all that matters. Say we get that playoff spot, that's a win, period. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a great win for us. We're in the playoffs. Doesn't matter what round we lose in, if we lose. But if we're in the playoffs, that'd be a great step. First year for Nick, first year Jalen starting quarterback. And then we have something to build on for next season. So, C3 Eagles 17, have a great night. Have a great night too, my guy. I hope all you guys have a great night and enjoy the rest of your night. I know it's kind of late, so I don't know if any of you guys need to get up early, but I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. Be on the lookout. Me and Gate City around the NFL show will be on. I think we're gonna be talking some Dolphins football, so Graham, make sure you're there. We're gonna be talking about some Waddle and some of the other players on there, and then we're mixing a little Eagle talk too as well, and that starts at 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then after that, we're going to be doing a new midweek special, bringing that show back with me and Kincaid. So be on the lookout for that. That's what we're going to talk about this past game, and get deeper inside the game against the Jets. We're also going to be having a special guest appearance from a Jets content creator. You guys will see tomorrow which one it is. But like I said, I got all the top flight Jets content creators coming on the show this week for you guys, so you guys can get a full, breakdown of their team and who we should be looking out for. So have a great night. Always fly, Eagles, fly. Till tomorrow. BIRDGANG 31. I'm out. Peace.